Greetings, my people, and welcome to Dofo 9, Descendants of the First Observers. Yes, something happened the other day that I went to, and I had to make a video about this. Okay, my granddaughter requested a African doll. Okay, she wanted me to get her African doll from Alcabuna. So I was going to get the doll, send it back to America. But surprisingly, when I got to the shops to purchase the dolls, I was, I guess I was shocked. I wasn't surprised, but I was a bit shocked about that experience. But anyway, let me roll the tape. I need you to see the video of my experience trying to find an African doll in Alcabuna. Yeah.
Do you have, I see all these dolls are white. Do you have any black dolls? You don't have no black dolls. Why? Oh, I just, so, you have no black dolls, but you have white dolls with blue eyes. Would you want your child to play with a white doll? Why don't you have black dolls? You don't know? You don't, so you don't carry, and it's not that you're not out of the dolls, it's that you don't even carry black dolls, right? You just carry all white dolls. So you never had black dolls here before, right? Wow, this is incredible. So you tell the owner that I came to spend money, but I can't spend money on white dolls. My daughter is black. I want her to play with black dolls, okay? So you should have black dolls for this this is Africa. Huh? Well, you have white. That's not right. Huh? What about the babies? This is brainwashing our kids.
Bro, they are very expensive. It's 80K.
They want to charge then they want to charge this money for these ugly white dolls. It's ugly. This is beautiful. Black is beautiful, huh? Don't you love black? You like black? Then you tell the owner, huh? To get some black dolls in here. If you're going to have white dolls, at least have black dolls. Don't have just white. Huh? Yes, white is not right. Huh?
You think psychological warfare ain't real? You think mental death is not real? So, I went to another shop. Check it out.
Where's your dolls? Baby dolls? These are the boy and girl, yeah. These are all the dolls you have?
What?
Dolls. These are called dolls.
Auza dole. Dole za
Doll.
45.
Where do you have a black doll?
Black.
Black dolly. These are white dollies, white with blue eyes. I don't want my child playing with a white doll. Eh?
I have this blue.
Ah.
This for 35.
35 this. They're all white though. Huh? They're all white with blue eyes. Okay?
Okay. Okay, white hair.
I want a black doll with black hair. That looks like my daughter, eh? Because I don't want my kids to play with a white doll. Well, that's a white doll with black hair. It's worse. Eh?
You want this or this?
I don't want either one of them. I want a black. Do you know what a black doll is? A black face. Are you white? Okay, everybody in here is black. I'm black. She's black. Eh? Everybody in here is black, but you have white dolls.
I'm good. How are
Man,
you?
what is wrong with you people, man? You don't love your own skin color? Damn, this is madness. This is Akabul in Africa. You can't find a black doll nowhere. Ah, this is madness. You people are sick. To make a long story short, I went to 7 shops that day. And every last one of those shops had nothing but Caucasian, ugly ass, white, blue-eyed dolls. Every last one. And they did not have not one black African doll that looks anything like them. They love that white man. Okay, they love whiteness. Okay, and one of the shop owners told me straight up that the reason they don't carry black dolls because that's what the community prefer. They prefer white dolls. Yes, they want their children playing with white dolls. Imagine. You think psychological warfare ain't real? You think mental death ain't real? I just gave you a prime example of it because it started from childhood. Yes, it started from childhood. Okay? In fact, they did a test about 70 years ago in 1950 in America. Okay? Where the kids had to choose between a black and a white doll. And they did a reproduction of that just recently. Okay? Check this video out.
In Brown versus Board of Education, the famous case that desegregated schools in the 1950s, Dr. Kenneth Clark conducted a doll test with black children. He asked them to choose between a black doll and a white doll. In most instances, the majority of the children preferred the white doll. I decided to reconduct this test as Dr. Clark did to see how we've progressed since then. Can you show me the doll that you like best or that you'd like to play with?
This one. I like that one.
I,
This one.
that one?
This one. I like to play with this.
And can you show me the doll that is the nice doll? And why is that the nice doll?
She's white.
And can you show me the doll that looks bad? Okay. And can you give, and why does that look bad?
Because it's black.
And why do you think that's a nice doll?
Because she's white.
And can you give me the doll that looks like you? "15 out of the 21 children preferred the white doll."
You see what they doing to our children? That's real, y'all. That's real. And the one little girl said that the black doll was ugly and that the white doll was pretty. That's real, people. Psychological warfare is real. Mental death is real. And they're doing it to our children right now. This is what they're doing to our children, teaching them to hate
the color of their skin, teaching them to hate blackness. Okay? That's what they're doing. And it's by design. Okay? And this is why you have these British curriculum, American curriculums in the schools, in these schools in Akabul in Africa. Okay? Check this out right here. This is a P3 homework. Okay? And look at the content in this homework. Okay? The content is strictly religion. Teaching a child to pray to a ghost, basically. Okay? To a belief system. Okay? Teaching a child that something beyond existence, okay, is your creator. You see? And his son, Jesus, is white. Okay? Those are the facts. Okay? This is what they're teaching our children. To love whiteness, to hate your blackness. Because what they really teaching kids in Akabulin about their history, they may go back to far as slavery and teaching them about the Atlantic slave trade. Okay? The same way they do in America. Okay? They don't teach them about who they truly are. They don't tell them that they're the first observers, descendants of the first observers, the first people to walk this planet, okay, right here in Akabul in Africa, okay? The creators of math, science, engineering, astrology, okay, just to name a few, okay? The first to track the stars, the first to track the stars, Ceres, okay? Oh yeah, okay? They don't want to teach you none of that, okay? And they don't know that, you see? Because they start them out as started the education, the brainwashing when they're children. Okay? And that experiment is evidence. The first video that they did in 1950, all the kids chose the white dye. Now this reconstruction that they just recently did, 15 out of 20. We made a little progress, I guess, y'all, huh? 15 out of 20 will still pick the white dial. Okay? We should be concerned about this. Okay? Wherever we are, that white curriculum is there. Brainwashing our kids. And when they come out of 12th grade, just imagine coming out of 12 years, 12th grade, and you don't know who you are. You can't name not one of the queens of Kush, but you know all about a Queen Elizabeth, Queen Victoria. Okay? But you can't name not one queen of Kush. You know all about the Greek philosophers, Aristotle, Dimes, Socrates. But you know nothing about the Akabulan philosophers that predates those cavemen by what, thousands of years? Imhotep? Rahotep? You know nothing about these philosophers, about your ancestors, the pyramid builders. They don't teach you that in school. You see? But here at Dope49, we got your back. Okay? We got your back. Dope49.com. Come and check us out. Because we gonna decolonize that mind. Okay? We gonna get it right. Because you can't grow up. You can't grow up like what's happening right now with this older generation. The awakening generation, like I said, you the truth. This is for you. Okay? For real. Where did that child get that from? Ugliness. Calling that black doll ugly. Where did she get it from? I'm going to tell you where she got it from. It's called scientific racism, a campaign that started in the 1600s. Okay? Scientific racism. Okay? Go to Google, right? And Google scientific racism. Okay? There it is up there at the top. It's a Wikipedia article. I need everybody to read that. That's very important. Okay? Because that's the blueprint. Okay, that's the blueprint to where we are today. Started in 1600 and it's up currently running right now. Okay, scientific racism. But let me read an insert from one of the cavemen who wrote an article in 1622. This article came out. Okay, so I'm gonna just read a short insert of it. Okay, so you can understand where this ugliness comes from. Okay, the qualities which he attributed to each race were not strictly Eurocentric, because he thought that people of temperate Europe, the Americas, and India, although culturally very different from one another, belong to roughly the same racial group. And he explained the difference between the civilization of India and Europe through climate and institutional history. By contrast, he emphasized the biological difference between Europeans and Africans, and he made very negative comments towards Africans, of course, living at the Cape of Good Hope. For example, Bernier wrote, okay, they are a small and short race with thick legs, wide shoulders, a short neck, and a face that I don't know how to describe, except that it's long, truly awful. It seems reminiscent of a bear's face. I've only ever seen them twice, but according to the portraits I've seen, and from what I've heard from a number of people, they're ugly animals. Scientific racism. Check it out. Here's another one right quick. Benjamin Rush, okay? 1745 to 1853, a founding father of the United States and a physician, proposed that being black was a hereditary skin disease, which he called Negroidism, and that it could be cured. Rush believed non-whites were actually white underneath, but that they were stricken with a non-contagious form of leprosy, which darkened their skin color. Rush drew the conclusion that whites should not tyrannize over blacks, for their diseases should entitle them to a double portion of humanity. However, the same token, whites should not intermarry with them, for this would tend to infect posterity with the disorder. Attempts must be made to cure the disease. Okay, now here's another one. Christopher Meiners, okay, 1747 to 1810, was a German polygenist, okay, and he believed that each race had a separate origin. Meiners studied the physical, mental, and moral characteristics of each race, okay, and built a race hierarchy based on his findings. Meiners split mankind into two divisions, which he labeled the beautiful white race and the ugly black race. That's right. Y'all make sure y'all read this, okay? Wikipedia, okay? Scientific racism. Beautiful white race and the ugly black race. You see where that child got that from? I'm telling y'all, this is not no coincidence. How they use the terminology ugly, the word ugly, okay? Read this, scientific racism, okay? Design campaign, if you will. In his book titled The Outline of History of Mankind, Meiners argued that a main characteristic of race is either beautiful or ugliness. Oh, they believe this shit, okay? These Europeans. I think this is a joke. Meiners thought only the white race to be beautiful and considered ugly races to be inferior, immoral, and animal-like. Meiners wrote about how the dark, ugly people were differentiated from the white, beautiful peoples by their sad lack of virtue and their terrible vices. Okay? I'm done with that topic, y'all. Get up on that. Read that. Okay? Because that's the campaign that they've been pushing, y'all, since the 1600s. This is the reason why they're educating your children. This is the reason why that child picked that black doll when she asked them about that doll. She said, this doll. She said, which doll was ugly? She said, the black doll. Okay? This is psychological warfare is real, y'all. Okay? And we need to, what? We need to decolonize our children. Okay? This is worse than child abuse. Right here in Akabula, Africa, this is what happened. But guess what? We ain't just talking about it. We got the answer for that. Dofo9.com. Y'all come and check us out. Okay? Because we decolonizing the minds of the youth. The awakening generation, man, I love y'all. Okay? And this is for you. Okay? Because we got work to do. Okay? Go to Dofo9.com and check us out. Okay? We got in August, we about to break out the Dofo9 online global orientation. Okay? Drop your donations, whatever you can donate, we appreciate it. Okay, we appreciate the donations coming in. We're gonna meet that deadline, okay? We're gonna kick this orientation off. It's a global orientation where all the kids from all over the world, no matter where you are, you can come and log in and get this information, get this correct information, so you can get aligned with natural order and get you away from this madness system, okay? This European framework, okay? Because blackness is beautiful, okay? Blackness is everything. Everything started from black. It can't be no other color without black. Love your blackness, okay? Because, hey, if I leave here, bring me back black, okay? I don't care what it is. It could be a black box, a black tie, Black Friday, I don't care. A black eyed pea, hell, a black eye, I don't give a damn. Just bring me back black, baby. Okay? One love.